and we have Jeremy. Jeremy now gives regular seminars to other financial professionals, to charities, and to the general public. He never would have had the confidence to give these presentations without Toastmasters and specifically the articulators. Woohoo! That's why he looks forward to every meeting and why he's looking forward to serving as an evaluator for Bob today. Welcome, Jeremy.
Does this sound familiar? It should, because it was Bob's opening. And it was a very good opening, Bob. We got to see one of the things that Bob is a master at, which in my opinion is pitch. Bob says things like, "Does this sound familiar? Oh, what wonderful kids you have! I didn't think they were that good." His ability to bring his voice up and down like that makes him sound like he's talking to us. The next thing that brings us in is that facial expression, which the most common one is just this. Right? That Bob's smile. How can you not want to be right there with him and he's happy and telling us his stories. The stories you tell Bob make your speeches so colorful. Really enjoy them. You had a few pauses in there when you talked about spend more time with my children. And he left it there. We could all visualize that for a second. Him spending time with his kids. Those are beautiful things to add to your speech. You had very good eye contact. You had good gestures when you were talking about a positive spin. And, "Aw, you're crazy." I thought he looked great up here as usual. Unfortunately, you went a little bit over, which brings me into my very first improvement. Cut a little bit out of your opening. It was a long lead-in into the body. Those 6 points you had probably didn't start till about the 4th or 5th minute already on a 5 to 7 minute speech. You need to get into that a little quicker. Maybe you can mix some of those points from the opening back into the actual body itself to add some color in there. But even so, you needed to cut just a little bit of that meat down so we could get some more of our vegetables. You know, the good for you. This is what you need to learn. The next thing I would have added is you were holding your hands here just a little bit. And when they were down here later, the gestures were a lot more natural. Your hands were moving. When they were up here, you looked clenched and kind of holding your hands. So work on just letting your arms flow to the side because you've got great stance back here. And you stand back here, and the lectern's yours. And if you let your hands hang down, it'll be that next step to really giving your whole speech a lot more interest. And the last thing is, get rid of the notes. The only time I think we lost our concentration on you was the couple times you had to look down for a little while. If you can get rid of those notes up here completely, you'll have us for the entire speech. It was a beautiful speech. I think we all really enjoyed it. I think we all really learned a lot. The last thing is get an advanced manual. You're ready. Get an advanced manual.
Yes.
Let's hear some advanced speeches from Bob. Thank you so much for talking to us today, Bob. Ms. General Evaluator.